Ho ho baby, Apple just dropped an absolute bombshell, guys. We have a jam-packed video today. Of course, we're going to break down the stock chart, what I'm looking to do with the stock. We're going to break down all that, but most importantly, we're going to talk about the new product that Apple is launching. But before we dive into it, if you guys have not gone up to 16 stocks yet for Moomoo, each up to $2,000, the sponsor of today's video, use that link down below or go to stassurfest.com/Moomoo. Once you guys open up your account, you get one free share of stock right off the bat. Fund your account with a little bit of money, at least $100. You get 5 more stocks, totaling 6 stocks, and fund your account with at least $1,000, guys. You get 10 more stocks on top of the 6 stocks, totaling 16 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money, who doesn't like free money, and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. And now, cheers, guys. Oh boy, do we have a lot to break down. Let's dive into it. So right now, Apple stock is down 0.8%. It's down about $1.50 as the markets are about to close in around 2 minutes. But guys, look at this. You see the level we hit earlier? We hit almost $185 a share, and you guys know the all-time high was $182 a share. So in other words, Apple hit an all-time high today, which I know that's freaking crazy, but that is the power. That goes to show the strength of a company like and a stock like Apple, guys. We went from being at $120 a share. Now we're at all-time highs. We hit all-time highs earlier today, which is just insane. Completely unbelievable. You guys can see back in the beginning of the year, Apple was at 125. Talk about how much tech has gone up this year, guys. Talk about how well the NASDAQ 100 has done. I mean, this is insane. From Google to, of course, Apple, NVIDIA, Tesla, Microsoft, Amazon. I mean, the list goes on. You name it. All these stocks have done insanely well, and we're not going to dive into all those stocks in this video. Obviously, we're going to focus on Apple, which is, there's a lot of news around Apple right now, guys. Let's just put it that way. So, again, all-time highs were just hit earlier today. Unbelievable. Now the stock's up officially about $60 on the year, or around 45-50% for a company of that magnitude, of that size. That's nuts, right? I think their market cap now is at $2.85 trillion, something like that. So to begin the year, they were at what? $2 trillion, maybe a little more, a little less. Either way, they're probably a little bit less than that. But either way, they're up a ton on the year, and it's all on the backs of the product event that's going on right now. Let me actually pull it up so you guys can see here. We can see right here. Let me make my face a little bit smaller. There we go, guys. Bear with me. Apple may be just one day away from unveiling, however the heck you want to say that word, their most ambitious new hardware product in years, which we'll talk about here in a second. Let's quickly run through this article, though, because it breaks it down very nicely. And again, they're doing a product event right now, which is very, very important, especially if you're a shareholder of this company, which, full disclosure, guys, I own Apple stock. I've owned them for years, and I've trimmed, I've added, I've sold off a little bit. That's how I treat my Apple position, which I'll talk about more later in the video. Make sure you guys stick on throughout. So at its Worldwide Developers Conference, which kicks off Monday, which is today when I'm making this video, at its Cupertino campus in California, Apple is widely expected to introduce a mixed reality headset that offers both virtual reality and augmented reality, which is a technology that overlays virtual images on live video of the real world, which you guys probably know the difference between VR and AR. We're not going to dive into that rabbit hole in this video, but that's kind of what augmented reality is, right? Which, again, is essentially a technology that overlays virtual images. So let's say you have, your goggles on, you're walking through New York City, you're in Times Square, and then you see a T-Rex walk through, start walking on Times Square. That would be augmented reality. Obviously, it's not happening in real life, but you have your glasses on, you see New York City, and then all of a sudden, boom, you see different things happening through the goggles. It could be a T-Rex coming in, or freaking Godzilla, whatever you want to call it, right, guys? But that's, an example here of augmented reality, and the highly anticipated release of an AR/VR headset would be Apple's biggest hardware product launch since the debut of the Apple Watch in 2015, which of course, Apple Watch, guys, completely blew up. Awesome product. There's so many advantages to the Apple Watch, which we're not going to get into in this video, but that was back in 2015. We're talking almost a decade ago, which is crazy to say, but yeah, time's flying, guys. That was almost a decade ago. This new product could signal a new era for the company and potentially revolutionize how millions interact with computers and the world around them. No kidding, guys. No kidding. But the headset is just one of the many announcements expected at the developers event. Apple will also show off a long list of software updates that will shape how people use its most popular devices, including the iPhone, the Apple Watch, yada, yada, yada. Let's be honest, guys. Most of us want to see about or learn about the mixed reality headset. We don't care about the new iOS update or what the new watch is going to do or the little teeny tiny difference in the MacBook or how much better the camera is in the new iPhone, because we all know at this point, Apple is looking for the next big thing, the next piece of innovation, which I've been very critical of Apple here on the channel. I've said this company's great. Obviously, one of the biggest companies in the world. They do a ton, right? They make a ton of money and they have a huge moat. Awesome. That's great. But they're not really innovating at this point in time. What's the, last huge blockbuster product that Apple has had? Every single year, guys, let's be freaking honest, the iPhone, which I have an iPhone, I have a Mac, I have an iWatch, so I'm not hating here, but let's be honest, guys, each year the iPhone barely gets any better. Barely gets any better. So what? The camera is a little bit crispier. It's already crispy. I mean, we're not all freaking photographers out here, guys. So, I mean, other than them making the camera a little bit better, the video a little bit better, at the end of the day, a lot of these products, the phones, they're not getting much better. And sure, you could argue that they're putting new chips in the MacBooks. That I can say. The MacBooks have gotten a lot better. I mean, I used to have one from 2011, maybe not 2011, maybe 2013, something like that. I had that one all the way up until 2020. Then I got the one I'm filming right now on, which is, I think, the one from 2020 with the M1 chip, the first one with the M1 chip, and that is it's a big difference, right? I have it now for 3 years. I've had this laptop, and it's running like it's brand new. I mean, they make some great products, but in terms of groundbreaking, innovation, it's just not there right now, in my personal opinion, but it could be now with the mixed reality headset. You guys can see, and this is Tim Cook right here. Shout out to Tim Cook. For years, Apple CEO Tim Cook has expressed interest in augmented reality. Now Apple finally appears ready to show off what it's been working on. According to Bloomberg, the new headset, which could be called Reality One or Reality Pro, will have an iOS-like interface, display immersive video, and include cameras and sensors to allow users to control it via their hands, eye movements, and with Siri, which Siri kind of pisses me off sometimes, guys, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. The device is also rumored to have an outward-facing display that will show eye movements and facial expressions, allowing onlookers to interact with the person wearing the headset without feeling as though they're talking to a robot. And Apple's new headset is expected to pack apps for gaming, fitness, and meditation, and offer access to iOS apps such as Messages, FaceTime, Safari, according to Bloomberg. And with the FaceTime option, for example, the headset will render a user's face and full body in virtual reality to create the feeling that both are, quote unquote, in the same room. So maybe not. Maybe we're not going to see Godzilla running through Times Square or anything like that, but you're going to be able to see, or do a bunch of these different, tasks or functions, whatever you want to call them, with the VR AR goggles. The company's reportedly considering a $3,000 price tag for the device, far more than most of its products, no kidding, and testing potential buyers at a time of lingering uncertainty in the global economy. Other tech companies have struggled to find mainstream traction for headsets, and in the years that Apple has been rumored to be working on the product, the tech company, or community rather, has shifted its focus from VR to another buzzy technology, which of course is artificial intelligence. And we're not going to talk about the new MacBooks or, the AI or anything like that in this video, but I do want to talk a little bit more about and kind of get your opinions on AR, VR. And let me actually pull up what these goggles look like to give you more of a perspective, guys. So bear with me. All right, guys, check it out. So this is what I'm looking at here. So we have a bunch of images on the AR, VR headset. Here we have Tim Cook. Is that a real picture? That kind of looks, yeah, that's definitely fake. That's AI or whatever. But yeah, we have Tim Cook right there. Then we have an actual real person here. Where the heck did she go, guys? Where did she go? Here she is. So this person right here, this woman, is wearing them, and you guys can kind of see, actually, you can't see because my big old head's in the way, but if I move my head, there we go, you guys can see this is what they look like. They're kind of clear. Again, so people that you're interacting with in real life, they're not just looking at, a black screen, so it's not like you're a robot or a zombie or whatever, right? They can actually see your eyes, so they're clear, so you can interact with other people, and again, you can do a bunch of different, tasks within the AR, VR, and there's so much that we don't know, guys, obviously, but like I said earlier, messages, FaceTime, Siri, pretty much what you can already do on your phone, but it's going to be in these goggles, and that's one thing that is going to be difficult, in my opinion, for Apple to overcome. How are they going to get people to essentially, I don't want to say abandon their iPhone, but how are they going to get people to transition over to AR, VR? Because let's be honest, guys, a lot of people do not have $3,000 to go drop on these goggles. They rather just go and buy the new iPhone that's $1,000, so they can do everything you can do on the goggles, essentially on the iPhone, for a fraction of the price, for a third of the price. So that's kind of where I'm thinking, like, how are they going to get it to the point where it's in enough people's hands that people are willing to get these goggles over the iPhone? Time will tell. I mean, you guys saw in the article, they're going to be testing it on, certain people. So this is obviously in the infancy, phase, right? Nobody even has this product yet. And let's be honest, I mean, if you go out in public with this on, you're going to be, people are going to look at you like you're crazy initially. So we have to get over that hump once the product actually launches, gets in the hands of consumers, more and more people get their hands on it. We're going to have to get over that hump of, okay, we're not using our phones as much or not at all. I don't know. Is this going to replace the phone? Probably not. I mean, people are so used to having phones. But at some point, we will get something that will replace the phone. We just don't know what that's going to be yet. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's AI. I mean, I don't know, guys. But we're going to have to see how it plays out in the actual marketplace. That's kind of what I'm getting at, right? It's all great now that they're launching this. They have a great idea. They've been working on it for years. They've been waiting for their next product to launch since 2015. It's been 8, 9, 10, almost 10 years now. So let's see how it actually goes, how it launches, and if people actually use it and run with it, right? I mean, that's what they're banking on, but we're not seeing any proof in the actual marketplace quite yet. And this is, some better angles of it. And I think, honestly, guys, if it were me, I mean, if you guys want my opinion, I don't know if I would go in public. And of course, I'm saying that now as nobody does this and nobody's been using the product. So, of course, things could change. But I can't see myself going out wearing this looking like I'm in iRobot or something like that. Right, guys? At least as of now. I mean, who knows? I could see this being more of kind of like maybe not used for gaming or for fitness. I don't know. Maybe it'd be, you know that game Pokemon Go, guys? This would be awesome playing Pokemon Go with. That's all I can say about that. But either way, I mean, it's just so new. Again, it's in the infancy phase, so we don't know how it's going to be used, how many people are going to use it. So time will tell. I think it's cool. I mean, it's I think we saw Google try and do this. They flopped completely. Maybe a couple other companies as well. But overall, guys, this got Apple stock to all-time highs. It's crushing it. And at this point, guys, well, it doesn't look like it wants to pull back anytime soon. Will it pull back? Probably. Am I buying Apple stock now? Absolutely not. But I'm holding on to the shares that I do have. And, I'm just letting it ride out. And that's the thing with Apple, guys. You can never underestimate it. And, you can can never write that stock off, right? Because, when it was at 125, people were like, oh, it's going to 100, it's going under $100. But I was actually buying at 120, 130. I was nibbling some shares there. And, it's a stock that I tend to trim when it gets pretty hot. In fact, I did trim it a couple months ago. I think back in August at this point, right? So almost, 9 months ago, I trimmed it when it was at 173, 4 roughly. And then, again, I added more on the dip, and now we're getting to a point where I'm like, should I trim again? Maybe if it hits 190, 200, I'll trim again. But right now, guys, I'm just holding, and of course, I'll keep you all updated. So with that being said, I might have rambled a little bit in this video, but it's all good. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 16 free stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,000 by going down below, opening up your account. You get 1 free share of stock right off the bat. Fund your account with $100, you get 5 more stocks. And fund your account with at least $1,000, guys. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 16 free stocks. So if you want some free money and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. It is greatly appreciated, guys. And with that being said, cheers. Hit that like button as well while you're at it. Subscribe. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.